Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today is another Jtwes review, and it's on my brand new 2025 Cub Cadet steering wheel zero turn. All right, today we're going to be talking about my brand new 2025 Cub Cadet ZTS1 50-inch cut. I got this at a dealership in Roxborough a couple months ago, and it's very affordable. It's an awesome machine. We'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, I got this in Roxborough a couple months ago. I've put some hours on it. I've had some experience with it, mowing my little plot of land. But I'll let you guys know all my thoughts about it, and just to show it off to you guys and maybe compare and contrast to my dad's mower because they're very similar. And I did pull this all the way from my house with my Dodge Dakota. That little V6, it's a little workhorse. And I really appreciate, you know, I know saying this 25 years later sounds kind of strange, but I appreciate the people that built that truck so that a guy like me could have it and do work like this. But that's just a little side note. But we're gonna crank it up and I'll back it off the trailer. We'll find a little shady spot and we'll talk about it. So here it is. This is my Cub Cadet. So I needed a new lawnmower because I had been driving I think it was called a Lawn Master. It's a very older brand of lawnmower that my dad picked up literally for $25. And we put new tires on it and put gas in it, and it was working great. And I'd mowed with that for one season. And it's an old black mower, traditional, you know, regular steering wheel, regular drive. It was a hydrostatic mower. You just push the stick forward and it'll go. If you push it far enough, it'll go fast, slow it down. And if you leave it in one spot, it'll keep going by itself. Much like zero turns are, they're hydrostatic. But I'd mowed with that for a season, and it worked very well for my plot of land. And some spots were harder to get to than others because I have a ditch in front of my house for water drainage, and because of the nature of the machine, it got hard to get in there sometimes. So I figured, well, I'm just mowing my rental yard. My black mower is good for right now, but pretty soon, hopefully this year, me and my wife would like to move into a place of our own, hopefully with maybe a few acres of land. And I decided, well, let's go ahead and invest in a new mower. It'll be easier to mow my rental lawn, and it'll be better for my hopefully big yard when I get hopefully a house this year. And so that's where it led me to this. I knew I wanted a Cub Cadet. I knew I wanted one like my dad's that you guys have seen already. However, I don't need one as big as his. My dad has tons of land with lots of hills, and so he got the mower that fit his needs. And much like I did the same. So I got the ZTS1 50-inch cut. My previous mower, I think, had a 42-inch cut. And again, it was a traditional mower, but I knew I wanted one like this because a couple reasons, and I know you guys already know from my dad's previous video, so it's a little repeating what he said, but it's good to mention it. The drive line, I'll call it, is like a zero turn mower. The back wheels drive it forward, and much like a zero turn, they'll turn it left or right, whichever input you put in through the steering wheel. However, excuse me, much like a car, if you turn the steering wheel, the wheels will turn left and right. And in conjunction, underneath, there's a gearing mechanism that controls the rear wheels. So if you turn left, the back right wheel will give more turn, helping the lawnmower turn to the left. And Like I said, with the front wheels, when you turn it, it will turn the machine that way. Now, the reason that this, I feel, is so great is hills. On hills, as you know, if you own a zero turn, sometimes hills can be a little scary. Sometimes when you're on a hill and you're leaning down to the right, the mower will slide down to the right. And the reason why is because all of your traction and all of the grip that you're getting on that mower is from the rear wheels. And your front wheels just float and they turn in whatever direction they need to because, you know, they're just on a bearing. But with this mower, if you are on a hill leaning to the right and you give some input to the left, it's not going to slide down that hill. This style of mower is fantastic about mowing on the sides of hills, and that's one of the big attractions for me with this mower. And I've seen it. I've seen my dad mow huge hills that we had to, you know, take several laps around with a zero turn because the zero turn would slide. But with his mower, it could get on that hill and run just fine and not slide at all. So that's why I got this style. And of course, like I said, it's got the steering wheel, and I guess there's maybe a stigma about zero turn mowers that if you get a zero turn, it's the one with the bars and a steering wheel makes it look silly. But I implore those who have a zero turn mower, and if you're not satisfied with the way it runs on hills and stuff, I would highly recommend this Cub Cadet with the steering wheel. It makes traction so much more reliable. And but yeah, that's one of the big reasons I got this mower. And of course, it's brand new. The engine's new. It's not worn out after many years like my previous mower. But yeah, next I want to sit in the passenger seat, and you'll sit with me so I can show you all the controls and some of the key features on it that I think are very useful and great. I have a little audience today. I got 3 billy goats watching me. But now we're sitting in the seat, and I want to show you guys how this machine works and give you a rundown of what the controls are and everything. So obviously, you got your steering wheel. It does have a tilt function. If you pull this knob up, it releases on this spring right here, and you can move the steering wheel back and forth wherever you want it. And however tall you are, you can adjust it to your height that you need. Same thing with the seat. There's a bar down here you can grab, slide it forward or backward. I got it all the way back, and it's a very comfortable ride. It's not air ride or anything. It doesn't have big springs. It's got some rubber shocks under it, but it's not a bad ride at all. Here is where you control your forward and reverse movement. So obviously the big pedal is for going forward, and this is where this mower differs a little bit than my dad's mower. The reverse is right here, so it's on the same piece of metal. So, and it's not anything horrible, not a big deal breaker difference or anything, but whenever you want to go backward, you just push on that one, and obviously when you go forward, you hold on to that one. And then on this side, this pedal is for raising your deck up and down. And I'll show you how you adjust your deck height as well. So you push it and it raises up the deck like that. And now the way you adjust your height is with this turn knob right here, and I got it set at 2.5 inches. And if you want to raise it up, you push down on your deck pedal and it lifts it up. And while it's in float, it releases the tension off of this turn knob so you can adjust your height. So while you got it pressed down and it's in float, you turn your knob to your desired height, let's say 3.5, and once you let it down, now it's at 3.5 inches. So that's how you adjust your height on this mower. Now we'll turn over to where the key is and the throttle. So this mower has, I'll point out right here, a choke right here. It doesn't have a smart choke like a lot of new mowers do, which I don't mind. You just pull that up when you cold start it and push it back down when it's running. Here's your throttle right here. Here's the knob to engage your blades. Here is your parking brake right here. You push it forward to unlock it right there. You pull it back to lock it. And this knob right here, right there, you push that forward. You pull it out. Excuse me. Oh, when you have it unlocked, then you pull it back and push it in to that slot right there. What that does is it puts the transmission in neutral. So if you get stuck or if you run out of gas, you put this transmission neutral. You put your transmission into neutral, and then you can push it wherever you need to, and then you just push it back up like that to put it back where it needs to be. And now finally, for the key right here, you turn it on like a regular mower. You get it all the way to green, you turn it all the way to start it. I won't for right now. But the thing about this mower is, if you just turn it on and you're riding and you're mowing, you engage your blades, and you get to a point where you need to back up and you start to reverse, it will shut off the blades when you go into reverse. And in order to get by that, what you would have to do when you start it, you turn your mower on, you don't engage the blades yet, then you turn it back right here in the middle to the yellow portion of the sticker right here. And then once you're there, you then press this triangle button. And what that does, it lets the mower know that if you reverse while your blades are on, then it won't shut off. So I'm not really sure. I'm sure it's a safety precaution, but most of the time if you're mowing with one of these, you're definitely gonna go backwards at some point. But it's no big deal. It's just one little extra step that you can do, so when you reverse while you're mowing, it won't shut off. And of course you got your little cup holder and cubbies right here, and then your gas cap is right here. This mower does not have a gas gauge, but you can easily look inside here and see where your level is. And that's the view from the captain's chair. I like it. It's a very comfortable ride, and we'll show you some riding shots in a little bit. Some other features of this mower are the LED headlights. They automatically come on once you start the mower, and I haven't mowed at night yet or in the evening, but I'm sure one day I will, and I can see how they do. Another very attractive feature of this mower is this little tool right here. So you may be asking yourself, what is this? This is a little tool that comes with the mower, and this wrench right here fits almost every bolt. I would say 90% of the bolts on this mower. So if you're ever out in the field, you're way far away from your shed, and let's say you get clogged up underneath the belts, or you have to check out the steering mechanism, which is located underneath this floor pan, you have a little wrench on hand to loosen these bolts, tighten up bolts, work on anything that's commonly accessible on here. And I just think that's an awesome feature that's included with your mower for convenience, and Cub Cadet looking out for the consumer. I really like that. And it's been a great mower. I really like it, and I'll show you guys how it mows. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, this review of my Cub Cadet zero turn with the steering wheel. And I really enjoy this mower. It's been a great machine to work with, and I think they're very reliable, and customer service is really great. It comes with I believe a 3-year warranty, bumper to bumper. If anything breaks, besides usual wear and tear stuff, Cub Cadet will replace it and fix it for free. And it's very cost friendly as well. I'm only paying $100 a month for it, and I really appreciate that from Cub Cadet. And again, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope maybe I persuade you to get a zero turn with the steering wheel. And thanks again. We'll see you in the next one. God bless you. God loves you, and we'll see you again.